Hello, Internet! This is Lord Mad Dog, and we are playing Card Life! And today we're going to go over a tutorial on how to create your own designs in Photoshop or MyPaint or GIMP or whatever your preferred medium is. But to do that, we've got to go ahead and start in creative mode. So exactly where I'm at, I'm in creative mode. I've got a kind of little setup here. I was just fooling around, but we don't really have to do anything. Once you're in creative mode, go ahead and pop up, and you're going to choose the item you're going to want to design. So let's say I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go with an iron bow. So I'm going to click on the iron bow, and I'm going to hit craft. All right, now I'm going to have to draw. It doesn't matter, draw anything. I'm going to basically follow its kind of outline here. It's this thing's outline here. As you can see, I'm very bad when it comes to mouse drawing, but yes. All right, so there we are. That's absolutely ugly and hideous. Yes, but that's what this does. Here we're going to save this as Oral. Oh wait, no, Oral. Oh, I can't remember the name of the bow. Oh well, that doesn't matter. I can't remember how the name of my bow is. All right, okay, we'll just go for fine. And then what this will do, it'll create a new folder on your, when you create this, it'll create a new folder in your game. Okay, and I'm going to show you right where that folder can be found, and how you, and then with that, go from that point on and make something with it to edit and make it a nice design using a third-party program. All right, so here we are. I'm showing you my desktop. You have to open up your folder browser and your username, Daniel. I'm going to lead you right to where the object is. This is my username. Okay. Then you got to open up app data. The problem is most of the time app data is hidden from view. It's a hidden folder. So what you're going to have to actually do is go Control Panel. I hope this doesn't confuse you. It's really easy. Okay. Once Control Panel open, go Appearance. Then you go down to Folders Options. All right. Then you go over here and you go View. And in this list, you will see show hidden files. I see it's in here. All right, show hidden files and folders. So right here, you want to see this little folder, and then click, and then once you click on that, you click apply, then hit OK. So that's what you do if you don't have app data showing. And a lot of games will require you to mess with app data, so you're going to want that to be shown anyway. You probably do want to be able to see hidden folders on your computer most times. At least I know I do. All right, so now it's an Apple data, local low, and then CardLife again, then your user, and it's going to be a long string of ID. All right, now it's in your custom models. Now, if you hadn't saved it, it won't be there. I mean, it won't actually have a thing in there, so you've got to actually create one, otherwise it's not there. It'll be empty. Like, there's no bowstring, and for me, you see there's no armor because I haven't messed with any armor. And this is your PC static. This is where your default is, and you can actually even change the name. So right now, that's name 0. I can change this to Lord Mad Dog, so the next time I open up my program, and I go to click on it, it will be Lord Mad Dog, and I can actually, instead of just being named my character layout being 1, it doesn't hurt changing the folder name or what all. It just appear different, that new folder name in there. So this is what I have it named RO, which I probably might change that. This is our look. This is our default look of that bow. As you know, it was ugly, okay? That's ugly. All right? Now we're going to go ahead and open this with Photoshop. Now, you won't have to use Photoshop. You can use MyPaint, you can use GIMP, you can use whatever your preferred medium is. Now that it's here, what you can do is you can do anything what you want right here. You don't actually have to do the next step at all. You can just change it here, then save it as a PNG, and you're done. But I'm going to actually go ahead and go a step farther than that and show you how you can convert an actual pre-existing model that someone else has made, or maybe you have made, or a drawing, and make it so you can use it here. But the good thing to remember is white is visible, black is not visible. So you could theoretically carry out a giant, if I paint this all black here, I go ahead, make sure I'm on the right thing here. Uh-oh, my computer did not like that. Ooh, cool. The target was hidden layer. Undo that. That was a bit weird. Yeah, okay, it's a bit messed up. Let me reload it here. No. Okay, that happened because I tried to mess with the layer directly. You shouldn't do that. I've never actually tried to do that before, but I do remember someone telling me you shouldn't do that. Let's go ahead and open that again. Open this. You should go ahead and create yourself a new layer. If you're working in MyPaint, it shouldn't be too big of a problem. But yeah, so let's see. Right now, if I did this, and I'd have nothing but a big black. No, actually, it'd be completely invisible. If I actually went in, let's go ahead and hide this layer, and we just go ahead and paint this all white. Now I'm going to end up with a big block instead of anything special design. So that's what you're going to end up with if you go that way. Now, though, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to let's say this is take a design and make it your own. So this is DeviantArt, a good place to get different types of models. This is my own thing here. We're going to take this bow right here and convert it, at least the outline of it, into an object. So I'm going to go ahead and actually, I think I could just go ahead and actually that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and download this file, save image as, save. Okay, now we're going to go and open that, open with Adobe Photoshop. Now, we're just going to basically cut out this image, this bow. And to do that, with Photoshop, there's many different ways. That's not going to work out too well. Let's see, 150. Let's see if that works. No, that didn't work. I do have another of this model just plain right out. I'm gonna go get that. I'll be right back. All right, so I found my old folder where I was just the preview. Look, this is a good view. It's already a PNG, so this will make it very easy for us to do that. So open with my Photoshop. There. Now, we just go ahead and select that. We're going to want to remove most of the, we don't need the string in there. Actually, you know what? We could leave the string in there. I think it'll be fine if we leave the string in there. I think it'll look kind of cool if we leave the string in there. If it doesn't, we'll remove it. All right, but we do want the arrow in there. So that we're going to have to remove that. But let's go ahead and add and layer. Now, if you remember, I said white is your outline. So you see here, just by selecting this, just by selecting this, I have now selected the whole outline of this bow. And I can just take my, this thingy here. And we're going to go ahead. Oops. We're going to have to go. We're going to have to invert my selection, which is hotkey there, Shift I. That's why I have my selection there. And here we are. We're just making this, and we'll, like I said, we'll go ahead and have the string there. Now we have a outline, but as is, if we do this, it's not going to accept it because it's only accepts black and white. We don't need this layer anymore because see, we're not messing with that. So let's go ahead and deselect once again, and once again reselect. I did that so the arrow is not showing, so because I didn't actually paint the arrow in. That's okay. Now I could have selected this, would select the inside, but I select the outside. Now I selected that, I can now switch my paint to dark, and I can just go ahead and make my paint even bigger, and we're going to just paint around black. So there, now the game will accept this. And so go ahead and deselect that. Let's go ahead and import this, duplicate. Now this is all Photoshop stuff, so I mean, but you can basically get the gist of it for any program you're using. It'll be a little bit harder in my Paint because my Paint doesn't have the automatic, select tool, which really makes it a lot easier. You will have to probably outline the selection or different things depending on your program. So I'm going to duplicate layer. I'm going to go ahead and throw this into the bow draw mat. That's the default drawn. Okay, yes. Okay, open, boom. Now I'm also going to reshape it. We're going to get rid of this layer. We don't need that layer there. We're also going to turn it just a tad bit opaque so I can actually see the outline of where I'm going to need it. As you can see there, it needs to be turned around. So we're going to go ahead and turn it around. We're going to shrink this down and keep shrinking it down. That's because my file was like a 4x4 or something like that. And this is only like a 120 or 100. I think it's like a 120. I don't know exactly details. Let's go ahead and flip it around. We're going to hit -1. Boom. And now we basically lined up perfectly with the bow, and it's actually going to be pretty easy. Might want to make it just a tad bit thicker. The handle's about right in the right location. If the handle's not in the right location, it'll look funky when your character's handling it. So, all right, we could also give it more of a kind of a bat stretch, or we could make it shorter, which would make it kind of look funky. I think we're going to give it more like a kind of like a bat string here. Okay, like that. We're pretty much lined up with it. I think it'll probably look pretty good in the end. Here we go. Enter. All right, now we can go ahead and turn this opacity back all the way up. Now, we do have a problem because it's got black. I mean, it all has to be black, but that's not a big deal. If you got the selection tool, we're going to go ahead and select this, and we're going to go ahead and paint it all black. Boom, just like that. No big deal. D. All right. Oh, actually, we got a slight big deal. We're going to have to go ahead and shrink down our thing and manually rub that out. That's annoying, but it's not a big problem. Just like so. I could have actually just expanded. Actually, that's what I should have done. Just expanded my selection by 1, and that would have guaranteed this one to happen. So, but oops, I just erased a little bit of my bow there. So let's undo that. Let me zoom in. Yeah, that'll help. And so we got a little bit of white on see-through on the outside. So we're going to go ahead and also increase the size. I'm going to go ahead and increase the size of this thing just a tad bit as well. There we go. Don't want to touch that there, and or I could just Okay. Let's go Control T, just to make it just a tad bit bigger, just like 1 by 1 pixel, so it's not going to have any problem with it. There we go. And there, that is pretty much done. I mean, this would work in game. This is done. But there's also something else we can do to make it cooler. We can go ahead and add text. So I'm going to go ahead and add a text right here, and I'm going to make it black. And we can go ahead and have any text. It's going to have to be a lot smaller. So 34. Is 34 fit in there? Yes, it does. Well, you could even take not just text. You could take any type of design and throw it on in there, and it'll look really cool. So, like right now, I'm just gonna have a D, which is really lame looking. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and find a design that actually looks really cool, and I'm gonna be right back once I find the cool, and I'll bring the design in. Okay, I've gone and got us a little hazardous sign here now, and I've imported it in here. There might be a tad bit problem because it's got some white outlines on the side, but I don't think we're gonna have any problem with that. So let's go ahead and shrink this down and put it right here, and we can even duplicate it a couple times, and we can just make it look really. Oops, gotta make sure you get that there. Come on, play with me now. Come on, do this. There, there we go. Put that like right there. Yeah. All right. Enter. And that may or may not work. That should work, but it might not because it has kind of like a white outline around it. It might be kind of confusing for the system. Actually, let's go ahead and just save. Yep, and then we're going to go File, Save As. Make sure you save as a PNG. PNG. Save. So that'll overwrite the old one, but that was ugly. We didn't care. It's gone. Also, we're going to also rename this now because I had it spelled it wrong. I knew I had. I just couldn't remember how to spell it. So we're going to... oh, there we go. Enter. Oh, it's currently being used by some other program. I wonder what. Probably, I don't know what be using that. It shouldn't. Oh, it's being used by Photoshop. Duh. Okay, here, let me close off this here. Make a couple extra things open here. Let's see. Oh, yes, these are the weapons I was thinking about doing here. These I've also made these. Valfor there. I made a lot of weapons and a lot of different things there, but I'm not going to import them all into the game. Like, I've only imported 2 swords so far into the game, and yeah, okay. So, we can now go ahead and load this up in the game here. Quick, I'll be right back as soon as I load up the game. Okay, here we are back in the game. Let's go ahead and go to craft this. Craft. And we still got the default. Let's go ahead and select arrow. There we are, and there it is. Now, I did cut out. Oops, I drawing on that. Sorry. I did cut out a little bit. It didn't work the first time because the bowstring was causing problems. So I had to actually go back on to Photoshop and delete the bowstring. But yes, this is the basics looks of that bow. So you see, we got that little symbol there. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to look in game because I blue there. We got the D up there. Let's actually we can switch out real quick here and go back to Photoshop and make a few more changes and see if we can make this look a little cooler. Because right now it's still kind of looking bland to me. It's not got that, not quite. I don't know why, but I'm going to go back in Photoshop and make a few little changes, see if I can make it look better. All right, I'll be with you honest with you. Straight up, I didn't like the way that ended up looking. No matter how what I did with it, it just didn't look good. I didn't like it. I remember that bow being so much more cooler when I made it back, I guess, oh, wow, 9 years ago. Yeah, okay, that explains why it looks so ugly. So that's an ugly design bow. So we're going to go ahead and use a different one. We're going to go ahead and use this one. Once again, we've this already got this cut out. It came in PNG vector. It's really nice. I found this online. I probably could use one of my own, but I think this one better for our taste. So once again, we're going to go ahead, select a layer. We're going to highlight it, and we're going to go ahead and just paint. Oopsie. We Control Shift I, which well, that's my default for switch. There we go. Here we are. Now it's gonna. Oh yes, this is gonna look so much cooler. Yes, much cooler. Especially for the metal texture that it has there. All right. There we are. Now we're going to go Shift I again. And, oh wait, let's just actually deselect. Here, deselect and just select again. And now we're going to go ahead and paint in black. So let's make our thing bigger. And boom. There we go. Yes, that's much better looking than the one I had the other bow. Okay. Now we're going to leave those strings in. See how that kind of turns out. I think it may look kind of cool to have those things half in. I think. But if they don't, we'll go ahead and delete them like we did last one. So let's go ahead and duplicate this layer. Duplicate layer. We're going to go ahead and just take it on over to the bow. Boom. Now, where's my bow mat? Bow mat. All right, let's actually get rid of this. We don't want that anymore. We don't want the text anymore either. And we don't want that one in view, but we do want this to be slightly see-through so we can kind of line it up with the other one. Here we go. Make sure I'm on a different controller here. And Control T. And let's move it into place. Let's actually lock it all and shrink it down and a little bit more shrinkage. And yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, all right. There we are. Let's go ahead and make it completely opaque. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's going to look really cool in game. So we're going to go ahead and save. So save. No, that just saved it. You got to save as a save as. We got to save as a PNG. PNG save. Yes. Okay. Aha! Now, let's go ahead and check it out in game. Okay, here we are back in game. And the thing that's really cool about this is you can switch back and forth between super easy. All right, yes! That looks cool. Check that out. Yes, much better. So we're going to go ahead and hit create, and we're going to try it out. Yes, this is our new bow. This is what it originally looked like. So we'll go ahead and show that first. Well, this is the bow. All right, so here we are. Yes, let's see if we can look at it a little bit better. Can we look at that just a little bit better? All right, we do have a problem. The bow is not long enough. I mean, not quite in the right position. See, it's not quite right. So we're also going to go and craft up some arrows first. We're going to want some arrows. Definitely arrows. So let's go with iron-tipped arrows. Let's go ahead and make me a good 7. Oh, 70. Wow, I didn't know that. First-person view. And we'll see that. Pull back. Yeah, that's a sweet-looking bow. But we do have to change just a few things about it. Well, one thing particularly, that it's not quite in the right positioning. Our hand, I think, is almost in the right position. I think so. Let's see if we can get a better look from third-person view. Yes, our hand is absolutely in the right position, but the string is not. So we're going to go ahead and have to realign the string. I didn't realize that this thing already had string, so we're going to go ahead and remove our strings from it, and we're going to realign. Okay, here we are back in Photoshop. Yes, I use OBS. best recording software there is. That's really my opinion. Let's go ahead and delete these extra thingies here with my paintbrush. Move this down. There we go. Let's go ahead and just remove that all the way back. There we go. Move that all the way back. Now we're going to go ahead and Control T. We're going to stretch this out like so, but we're also going to have to realign it once we do that. So there. Let's make sure we can. We want to kind of see where the bow is at. There we are. We're going to stretch it out just a tad bit longer. And a little bit longer. Now that's going to cause it to be slightly distorted. So it's not going to look slight as cool because it's just kind of a compact bow, which obviously is a double compact bow. It's a really cool bow. Okay. I think this would work though. We may need to make it a tad bit shorter for the arms to touch. So let's hope that works. Hit enter, make it once again full visibility, and once again we're going to save it as a PNG. Here we go. And then we'll go try it out in game. Replace. Okay. Okay, switching back over to this. Let's go ahead and remake it. We got to find it again. Bow. Here we are. Iron bow. Craft. Now this can be crafted any bow. So here we are. Iron bow. There we are. Let's go ahead and hit craft and see how it creates. We'll replace the one in slot 1. Equip 1. And let's see. First person view. Lines up. Perfect. Hands good in a good position. And yes. Yes. I think we made ourselves a beautiful looking bow. I wish we could stop turning around, but yes, you can see there. Other people are going to see that bow and they're going to be like, wow, this guy just made something awesome. Yes, he did. Yeah, that's awesome. And that's exactly how that works. That's how you get one of your designs in game. You can hand draw it in another program, or you can obviously do it the default way, but I like outlining a design, a 3D model or something else and bringing it into game. Yeah, I really do. I think this is good. Let's go kill something with it. Come on over here. Yes. And same thing. You can do the same thing with any design that allows you to kill that poor deer. Oh, poor deer. Boom. Ah. All right. So we got it. Killed a deer. Yes. All right. So that is it. That's pretty much everything there is for designing. You want to, let's recap real quickly. You want to go ahead and design a fake version of it real quick. So like with this, you want to outline it, whatever you want to kind of look like. It doesn't have to be good because you're going to replace it. So yeah. Oh, oops, that was dumb. Control undo. Yes, cut. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Whatever. And then you just make sure you design each and every single part of it. Otherwise, those parts are not going to show up in the list. So you definitely want to design at least a little bit of them. And I still haven't figured out where the defaults are, because you might be able to just take the defaults and do that. But yeah. Okay. Then we go ahead and create. And this is an ugly thing, but we can change it outside of the game. This is a saw. I don't know how this works. I've never actually used one of these. But yes, this is really ugly all around. Okay, but now it will reappear. It will reappear right here. See? Now you have it in here. It is, where is it? Tool. Chainsaw, right there. And this is the ugly thing. Yes, that's really ugly. But once again, we can open it with Photoshop or whatever you want and edit it and making it look any way we want it to look. So yes, I hope that helped you. Have any questions, put them in the comments down there. If you think there's a better way to do it, definitely tell me and I will amend my ways and lead others to that too. And yeah, I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, like, shares, and comments, and definitely don't forget to subscribe. Lord Mad Dog, signing off.